I just want to say, if I forget to say it, the most important thing to do as a hardcore kid is mosh for your friends. And if you are not a mosher, the most important thing for you to do is learn the words and sing along. Because participating in hardcore is the reason why you're all here. And this goes out to the youth, and this goes out to the Razzle Dazzle t-shirt company. This song's on the tape. Yo, thanks a lot. We're going to take a lot of breaks because it's so hot in here and I'm so old in here. So yeah, we considered playing an entire Razzle Dazzle song, but that was the one Jim wanted to play, and then we figured I can't say the words Detroit is the city that I call home, so just the intro's enough. We've got Joe from Gargoyle and Age of Panic back home filling in for us. Give it up for Gargoyle. If you're a Spin Kick music kid, you can give it up for Age of Panic, but I'm more of a Gargoyle person. Yo, that last song is about how we do have socialism in this country, and it is for the wealthy. They are protected against any failure that they possibly have. Anytime they fuck up, we get to bail them out as the American taxpayers. The reason they are so afraid of words like socialism, the reason they must burn people like Zoran Mandani, or any of the really radically progressive leaders you guys have like Rashida Tlaib, the reason they must run socialism through the dirt is because if people really learned about socialism, they would think, wait a second, I think that's what happens to the banks. I think that's what happens to OpenAI. I think that's what happens to Tesla. I think that's why they exist. It's because we socialize their failures. That being said, I don't know how many of you are Detroit people and how many of you are aware of a man named Walter Reuther. He was the leader of the UAW when they purged the socialists and the communists from the UAW. And they still, the elite fucking people in charge of this country still shot that guy twice. Because even a little modicum of a crumb for us to get is too fucking much. This next song is called Labor of Hate. It's about how much I hate my boss's boss, and I would like to buy a tank track. Why? This song's about thinking about killing yourself. When I say that shit, you don't have to agree with me on any of this shit. You cannot agree with history. And you cannot disagree with the fact that the Red Scare was very significant in shaping the world that we live in today. To give us no other option besides unfettered capitalism, or to the end of the day, fucking end of time. Cannot imagine
a life without it. Cannot imagine a life beyond it. That's why zombie films are so popular.
Because we can imagine the end of the world before we can imagine the end of capitalism. And I don't like preaching with this man, but being in Detroit, being in such a rich history, the labor movement, and I always on the fucking clock when Inclination's playing here, so I don't get to blab for a second. Oh, we broke a speaker? What did you do? Oh, you broke your finger? Oh my god. Fuck.
Oh yeah. Maureen wants me to shout out Mom Spaghetti. It's the only thing she cares about. And I ran into her 100 times in the show the other day. So give it up for Morgan and her Mom Spaghetti. But yo, this next song is an intro, and the song after that is called Hypervigilance. And it's about essentially the strategy of tension that we live in right now that ramps up all of our anxieties to keep us afraid all the time so that we don't look at anybody like we have anything in common. We look at them all like they're trying to take our shit, or we believe the world is a much more dangerous place than it is when crime is down. Crime is down, and it will be down as long as the surveillance state exists. So yeah, don't get fooled. Talk to your parents about deleting Nextdoor, and yeah, it's not good. We're cooked. Let's go.
Show!
How's your finger, Scholar? One more. Yo, we really dropped the ball. This band started over a decade ago back home with nobody who's standing behind me. And one of the songs on that demo that got re-recorded on our 7-inch was about a Michigan native. Jim's laughing right now. He said you should do this. This is Jim's fault. A decade ago, I was being a little piss baby and wrote the only breakup song I've ever written about a girl from here named Anna Tanasova. Everybody standing behind the band right now probably does remember that name. It probably has a bad story about her. And I thought it was funny to re-record this song, especially considering she rape apologized for Alex Boyko or whatever. And I was like, vindicated. But anyways, this last song is not that song. I wish we had learned that song to play for you. It is the most low-effort hardcore song ever written, but people love moshing for it. But this song has a real hard slam part in it. And it's about people who have nothing going on behind their fucking eyes. Nothing going on between their ears. No thoughts in their head. It's about hitting them in the head with a hammer and finding out that it's empty in there.